I do want to talk a little bit about this David Goggins thing. Um, I did see a clip the other day where he was talking about training some UFC fighters, and let me pull that up real quick for you guys.
People don't even fucking understand. I'm 50 years old. Yeah. I can get any motherfucker from 20. Come up here, train with me. I'll fuck you up quick. You're like, oh my god, you're a fighter. Why are you training with David Goggins? You're a fighter. You know exactly what to do. Not a fight. If I get your fucking engine, your pump, with your skills, yes sir, over. People don't.
See, when he says this,
people don't even fucking understand. I'm 50 years with your skills, yes sir.
when he says this right here,
With your skills, yes sir.
if he could train somebody, with his training, like with his effort, what would happen? With somebody with the caliber of a UFC, you know what I'm saying, UFC skill set, what would happen? So, my opinion on this, because I heard he is actually training Israel Adesanya, David Goggins. Two weeks ago, Israel Adesanya gives candid opinion on David Goggins' training session, fires back at critics. Let's see what Israel Adesanya had to say. He said, the style bender shares his experience by saying, I love the fact that I got to tap in with him and we locked in. He's a beast, bro. The session designed to push Adesanya beyond his limits came amid a 3-fight losing skid with the UFC star seeking a mental reset ahead of a potential Sean Strickland rematch. People just don't understand, Adesanya said. Please, if you don't know what you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Respectfully and disrespectfully. The workout involved Goggins pushing Adesanya through extreme cardio drills, including treadmills and stair climber circuits. My whole thing with David Goggins training these fighters is the last fight he trained a fighter for was Tony Ferguson. And Tony Ferguson lost that fight. Tony Ferguson looked gassed in that fight. Tony Ferguson did not do good in that fight whatsoever. He looked like he was throwing punches underwater. So my thing is, David Goggins, even though you think that you have this internal fire and can push people to their limits, you're not understanding that you're pushing them to their absolute limit and it's not helping them more than it's hurting them. It's really doing more damage than it's doing good. And you might be like, well, Canvas, why do you say that? I say it because you shouldn't be pushing yourself to the 110%. You shouldn't be going. David Goggins just doesn't go 100%. He goes 110%, 200%, if you will. And he needs to take this mindset.
If I get your fucking engine, your pump, with your skills, yes sir, over.
If he takes that mindset and attaches that to a younger UFC fighter who's not past their prime, I think they're going to do amazing. I think they're going to do a lot of great things. However, I don't think that Izzy training with David Goggins is the answer. I think that's honestly the wrong move. I mean, it's good that he doesn't have a fight anytime soon. I haven't heard anything about a confirmed fight. I heard maybe a potential rematch with Sean Strickland is in the works down the pipeline. However, Izzy, stay away from David Goggins when it gets close to your fight. Please do not end up like Tony Ferguson. Izzy's one of the fighters that honestly I really do like a lot. I do like Izzy. I've watched some of his fights. I watched his Strickland fight. I've seen really more than a few fights for Israel Adesanya, and he's entertaining. He always puts on a show. And you know they call him the style bender because he's got style when he fights. You know, he be weaving out there. He be throwing some crazy stuff. So I do hope he wins his next fight. That's why I'm trying to warn him. I don't know if he'll ever even see this, but you know what I'm saying. But like, stay away from David Goggins. Stay away from David Goggins. Maybe another UFC fighter will see this. Stay away from David Goggins if you are older and past your prime towards fight day. You do not need to be going 200% and pushing yourself beyond the limit because it's just gonna do nothing but bad for you, honestly. Tony Ferguson, when he fought, who did he fight last? Tony Ferguson last fight. Michael Chiesa.
Hey, you know you're not.
Yeah, man. You're about to see this Tony Ferguson look completely gassed. I think this was.
Doesn't completely take him out of the fight, the more confidence that Tony Ferguson will gain.
Nice run by Kiesa to clear the arm.
Hold on. Is this the right fight? Goggins, Tony Ferguson fight. It was for Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett.
The underdog at close, Paddy Pimblett, the minus 340 betting favorite.
This sad music. Tony really, he just really should have known it was over when Cornrow Patty came out, bro. Cornrow Patty, bro. It's crazy. Paddy Pimblett's evolving to be an interesting fighter, I'm not gonna lie. I thought his hype died down a little bit, but he's actually making a name for himself still. So good on him. You see him just getting pieced up. You see him just getting pieced up, bro? Is this what David Goggins helps you do? So now it's round two. We're going to go back after this and look at David Goggins in the corner. Because I guarantee he's saying nothing helpful. Goes for the kick and completely misses it. Bro, spam the Y button. Now just with the ground and pound, Patty's taking over. Tony's gushing too. They go for the sprawl. Patty gets a crazy takedown. Spins and slams him on the ground. Patty just put his knee on Tony's head. This is a weird position. I feel like Patty just gave up that position. I'm not gonna lie. All right, we're gonna look up David Goggins UFC corner.
Arms him. Tony, get your focus back. Lock the fuck up. Tony, the swarm.
This is why I have the opinion that I have towards David Goggins. This video right here. This exact video right here. It's crunch time. His coaches need to be telling him, you know what I'm saying, what the other fighter's doing that's countering him, what he can be doing that the other fighter's doing that Tony can use to counter the other fighter. And here's David Goggins in the back just saying, come on, Tony, lock in, lock in. Now's not the time for that. That was before the fight. Or maybe when the coaches are done talking. Not when everybody's up in his face, probably telling him the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs a real game plan, not motivation. You know what I'm saying? A real game plan is motivation.
Arms him. Tony, get your focus back. Lock the fuck back in, Tony. One really hurt him. And Patty just swarms him. Tony, get your focus back. Lock the fuck back in, Tony.
It's not what he needs, bro. It's not what he needs. That's why I'm saying, like, Izzy, please stay away from David Goggins, bro. Please stay away from David Goggins.